I do like to have a pointy tool. Oh, actually, that didn't come out quite right. No! Let me rephrase that. I do like to have a sharp hand plane, a keen edge, you see. But not just my hand planes. No, no, no. For the purpose of regenerative growth or sewing it back on, yes. I like to make sure the wife's a weapon of choice. The secateurs, or in this case, some hedge cutters, some shears, are keen-edged too. You see, you're never going to sew that thing back on if it's all jagged, are you? No, 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 no. So what we're going to do in this video, we are going to put an edge back on these secateurs. But you see, it ain't the same as putting an edge on a hand plane. No, they work differently, you see. Yeah, they share kind of thing. Yeah, do it one-handed, right? Anyway, I'm not editing this video, so it's going to be a real-time video. I do like doing real-time videos because I'm lazy. Well, actually, I'm too busy, actually, to edit. No, although I can edit, but, you know, I choose not to. Well, I can get away with it. Anyway, I've got my voice. I've got the weapon of choice. I've also got a second set I need to do as well, which are these ones here. And these happen to be Wilkinson sword ones. And as you see, yeah, we haven't been using them and left in the shed. They've gone rusty. Really rusty, in fact. Yeah, not very helpful. These are actually, this has got like a torque screw there, and on this side here it's got a nut in the plastic. Well, it's a bit seized at the minute, and so I'm not going to force that, because what that'll do is spin that nut round and bugger them up. That's pointless. So what I need to do is make sure I lube my tool as much as I can, and hopefully we can free them up to the point of being able to separate them. Because with secateurs or shears, scissors, anything that operates like this, all right, to sharpen them, you need to take them apart. Don't do what I've seen people do. Oh, I know, I'm going to get my sharpener, a round one like this, and do that, yeah. Like that. No, don't do that. Please don't do that, no. Because that's not how they work. It isn't about how sharp they are. It's about the marriage between the two blades, you see? Yeah, just like these ones here. Now these ones, I can remember buying these from the marketplace in Norwich. Just literally a market, not on that Facebook, no. I mean the market, like a traditional market. And I bought them off there from the tool, I think it's called the tool stop or something, or toolbox it was called at the time. And I've had all these years. And I've done loads of hedges, all sorts of stuff with these. And these have actually been really good shears. They don't look like much, but they've got a camber in here. So they're well designed. You know, if you've got a camber in that part of the blade, you hold on to them, because a lot of the modern shears don't have that. They're flat, and they're a nightmare. They really are, to get sharp or get them to marry up properly, because that part interferes with that part, and then they don't actually do the scissoring action properly. So, these have been sat in the shed. All right, let me prove something to you. Because I do generally keep my tools sharp. I just neglected these because I don't use them probably for about 15 years, if not longer. Give you a little idea, a bit of paper. Let's see if they still work. Make sure that's done. Yeah, I think they do actually, because I've always tried it. So here we go. You see, they still cut paper. If they weren't working properly, the paper would run down between the two blades. Now the other set here, these Wilkinson sword ones, I was freeing up already. They also cut paper. Actually, not quite as well, to be fair, but they do cut. So they don't need a huge amount of work, but they do need cleaning up. And the handles themselves need a bit of TLC as well. Shrunk basically, and they've got little splits appearing in there. And that's because they've got too dried over the years. They're tight, they're not spinning around or anything. So I don't need to do much with them other than clean them up a little bit, maybe knock the ferrules down a little bit again, and just clean it all up. So I'm not going to remove them, I'm going to leave them as they are. But what I am going to do is see if we can separate the two blades. Luckily the turner's a bit stiff. So a bit of oil on there first. I suppose isn't a bad idea. So we're going to undo that on there like so. And if you've got a magnetic dish or just a magnet, providing the bits are just steel, in this case I think they are. Actually, that's brass. That's a brass swing nut. Oh, okay. Can't be bad. All right, so we're going to separate those, hopefully. Yeah, there we go. Now these two parts here, I'm going to attach to a magnet. Hopefully I've got one over here. Yes, I have. Right. Use a magnetic dish if you ain't got one. Use magnet if you ain't got a magnetic dish. So I'll just chuck it on there, except the brass bit, because that isn't magnetic. No, because it's brass. But what you can do is put it. I'll tell you what. Let's put it all back together. That'll be safer, won't it? Less likely to lose it. Now, the first thing I've got to do is clean these blades up because they are a disgrace. Now, there's various ways you can do it. You can get yourself a bit of sandpaper and go sandy, sandy, sandy for hours on end. And, you know, you might make a good job of it, might not. And the same with this one, you know. But we're going to use a tool, and I'm not talking about me at all. There is a little bit of play in that handle, so they clearly need knocking on. But we'll do that nearer the end. Right. So first of all, I'm going to put them in the vise. I've got this little old cheap old vise. I had this thing years, this vise. It's not a good vise. No. Now, whenever you do anything like this, especially with an edge on, okay, make sure you're always running off the edge. All right, you'll see why in a minute. If you go the other way, it'll catch. Whatever you're doing will catch. Because it has actually still got a bit of an edge, though it is a rusty edge. So, how am I going to put this? Shall I put the handle in? I'll be a little bit careful. I don't want to split the handle, you see, it'll damage the handle. That's going that way, so that way will be okay. That's in there. All right, we can spin this around so you can see it a bit better, I suppose, like that, maybe. Spin it around a bit that way. Right, there we go. I'm going to have to be very, very ginger with this. It is loose. Is it going to come out? No, it's going to come out. Okay. Right. Now, we could use tools. You could use something like an angle grinder with a sanding disc in, just to get the bulk of the rust off the flats. You could use an angle grinder with a wire wheel in it, or like I said, you could just use a piece of sandpaper and be there for a very long time. I don't want to do that, you see. I want to do it whatever way I can do it the quickest. Now, because the edge is there, the rotation of the wheel is in that direction, I've got to make sure I'm coming that way off. Now, I could just start with the wire brush. I will be using the wire brush, but I'm going to start with the sanding disc and just remove the bulk on the flats of this and then finish off with that. I don't want to have, like, it's ready pitted because I've neglected them. It's my own stupid fault, obviously. No, blame the missus, that's what I do. Yeah, anyway, here we go. I can't go too mad with the sanding disc because if you look here, can you see what's happening? It's hollow there, hollow there. Obviously the casting has shrunk at that point because they're a bit rough castings. You know, you could carry on, you know, make it all shine, yeah, but I'm not that boy. I just want to take the worst of it off. So I'm going to do the same on the other side. Don't forget, you must have ready specs on, or not ready specs, safety specs on, ready specs. Yeah, you've got to have your reading glasses on. No, you got your safety specs on, and always remember where that edge is. In this case, it's the reverse. I can't do it. Mustn't do it from that way now. I need to do it from this way, so I'm coming off in that direction, just in case I touch that edge. I don't actually want to touch that edge with this grinding work, with a sanding disc, because I don't actually want to remove any material with a sanding disc, because I won't take too much off. So all I want to do is remove the bulk of the rust. You know, just to be a little bit ginger, is what I'm saying. Be a bit careful. All right, make sure the leads aren't caught on anything, and do not do this sitting down. That is the most dangerous thing you can do. If you do anything like this and it grabs while you're sitting down, into your face probably, or something like that. The thing is, you see, you can't get out of the way quick enough. It's a very daft thing to do. Don't do anything like this with a machine like that sitting down. If you're using hand tools and stuff, as in you're sitting down and you can actually just sand it, and you know, you're not going to hurt yourself, are you? But with this, it could go in your face. You don't want that, no. Okay, that's what I'm doing with that at the moment. We'll come back to that one. Let's do the other one. As you said, I took the worst of the raised corrosion off. I'm not going to worry about that at the moment either, because I can do that. I can do that afterwards. It's not an issue at the moment. Right, same with this one. God, it's so rough. Really bad. Right, we'll place that back in here. So that'll be the second handle. This time I've got it the other way up. if you wonder why we're doing hand secateurs or shears like these, not secateurs, no, they're just shears, aren't they? But it's because we're doing a rewilding here in France, where we're planting 1,000 trees on 2 hectares of land. And basically people, like yourself if you want, can donate via the GoFundMe link, which is in the description, and then we can plant a tree on your behalf. And then I make signs using the laser with your name on, or maybe a memory of a loved one, to actually go with that tree. That's why we're doing these. Well, she's asked me, my dear wife has, I need something to cut the grass from around the bottom base of these trees, because we put all these trees in, and we've had a period, as you probably know yourself, we've had a period of rain. And it's been a nightmare. We haven't been able to cut the grass. And it's got up to like 3 foot high. And now I've managed to cut the grass on one of the fields that we're planting on. And unfortunately, obviously you can't get that close to the trees. So you've still got grass, like clumps of grass going around the trees. She just wants something simple and just go around there and just nibble around the trees, give the trees more of a chance to grow. Once the trees get big enough, we'll have to do less maintenance. But at the moment, because they're only like saplings and what have you, and some are a bit bigger than others, they need a bit of TLC. Otherwise, they'll get smothered by the grasses and dominant plants, and then they won't grow properly. So we want to give them the best chance they can at this stage. Now, some people say rewild, just leave it alone and just do its thing. Can't really do that here because our local Mary, if you're in France, they'll fine you. They will. You see what I just did then? I caught it. See what happened? You know? Because even though I was doing that edge there, I caught the back edge on there, just there. And it just peeled it off. Besides, I shouldn't have been touching it there anyway. I should have done enough there, actually. I'm going to transfer over to the wire wheel now. So I'm going to transfer over to the wire wheel. Like I say, you can do all this by hand if you haven't got an angle grinder. Now, angle grinders, especially wire wheels, they can grab on you, all right? So don't do it single-handed. Make sure you're using both the handle and the grip. Now, this angle grinder is quite good. This is a GWS Bosch Professional 7125. Now, why is this quite good? It's because the body of this actual grinder is small, and you can get your hand around it, which gives you a safer grip. Now, let me just get me another one. I'll bring you with me. I will. Yeah, let me show you. I've got a variety of different angle grinders. I've got an old Wolf one, actually, which had that donkey. We used that for cutting out windows and stuff out of superstructures for boats. So I've got this old Wolf one. But you see the size of the body on that? Much fatter, you know? Same with this old cheapy one here. I think it was an Agajam or some stupid, whatever make that is. Some budget make. The size of the body on it, you can't get your hand around it. It makes them more dangerous as a handle because you can't actually grip it properly. So bear that in mind when you're getting that. If you're going to buy an angle grinder, I personally recommend those Bosch ones because, not be funny, I use it a lot. I use it for sanding old beams and all sorts of stuff. It's done a lot of work. This little Bosch here, and plus it's got a nice narrow body. Really important. I think it is anyway. Just carry on. La 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 la. La 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 la. Now, these little cut ones aren't too bad, okay? Now, I use this a lot for when I'm doing this kind of thing, but if I was going to be, I don't know, cleaning up oak, like an old oak beam, and I want to maintain its character, I would use, where's it gone? Oh yeah, here's one. One like that, because it's stroking in one direction. I will never use that on something like that. Simply for the reason is it can grab and it just woof, like that it does. It's a nightmare. A bit like those crazy chainsaw discs you get for the angle grinders, that takes your skin off. See this little, sorry I forgot to mention, this little thing here is only tiny radius, so it doesn't grab so much. It hasn't got the leverage. So all we're trying to do at the moment is clean off all the old crap, and then what we'll do is we'll sharpen them up. Yeah, and make sure they're honing, they're marrying up together. The big thing about the wire brush is that you can't, with a flat disc, you can't get into all these little nooks and crannies there, you see, or these, see that area there. You're not going to do that with a flat disc very well, not without hurting yourself. Hurting? Yeah, without hurting yourself. That's, I made a new word up. Hurting. Now, I do get the most common comment I seem to get is, Jack Black as a carpenter or something like that. Which I didn't want. I love Jack Black. I consider it I don't consider it as an insult. Or the other one that's comment I get is, what language is that? Don't get me wrong. Those sort of comments will bother me. If they think they're trying to. If people think they're trying to hurt me or upset me, they're fading miserably, I tell you. Even that was trying to grab. See, it's doing a nice job though. Now, being these going to be used outside, I will probably put a coat of lacquer on the blades after I've got all the rust on, cleaned them all up and I've sharpened them. I know it's going to come off again at some point, but at least if they'll be sitting in a shed somewhere and getting wet, they're less likely to pick up rust straight away. You can always, lacquer them again later, can't you? You don't go mad with lacquer, just a tiny little bit. Clear lacquer, have a can. I don't know if you can see this, but these are plated, right? They're chromium plated. But can you see that little almost coppery colour behind there? Because that's what they pre-plate with that first before they put the chromium on. And that's almost, think of it like a primer coat of copper. I don't know the exact reason why they do it. I imagine so it adheres properly. The actual chromium. I might even blacken the handles with an old blowtorch, I reckon. That'll stop the old bugs. So I think that one's probably good enough on there, I think, maybe. Maybe a little bit on that edge with the old wire brush. Yep, that's good enough. I do like the look of iron after it's been treated like this. That kind of old, but shiny. A bit like my little block plane that we did in another video. This one, I love this little block plane. Don't get me wrong, it's not the best of castings in that it's not very well, that side there is thicker than that side. But it's just such a nice little plane to use. It really is. And I made a new knob, I cleaned it all up. All right, so far so good. Outside, let's do this one now. You see all the rust that's left on there after sanding it, and now I'm just going to use the wire wheel. I know some people say, why are you worried about it? They're just shears. The thing is, though, you see, once you make something nice, as in, like say again, my little block plane there, or my number 5. Stanley Bailey there. When you make it nice, you're more likely to look after it. You really are. And also it feels nice to use. I mean, you're proud of your tools because you've made them like that. You haven't bought them off a shelf. You've done it, and you saved yourself a blooming fortune as well. And what you want to do is, if it's poking out that way like so, don't walk into it. Okay? Don't do that. For one thing, it will hurt. The other thing is you'll be dead. So don't walk into the blade. So be very careful. Health and safety warning. I suppose it would be a learning curve in that if you did walk into it, you'd only be doing it once. Yes, lesson learned. That's looking good. Now, I've been having a lot of videos come on my feed by a YouTube called Saw Winery or Saw Winery. And although I like the guy and I like his presentation, he's been doing about 50 odd years, he reckons. But he's got so much really, really bad and dangerous advice on there. The thing is, most people wouldn't actually realise it's dangerous. A bit like what I'm doing here, you know, dangerous. What I found was quite funny is one of his videos. I do have to be wrong. I'm not trying to belittle the guy because I do like him. I do like watching his videos. I don't know why I find it entertaining because it's a bit dry, but I do find it him quite entertaining. Maybe because I keep noticing things. Oh, crikey, I wouldn't do it like that. And don't get me wrong, I make all sorts of mistakes. And people probably notice things that I do. Don't do it like that. It's dangerous. Don't do that. No, you're going to get that, aren't you? Of course you are. I do like the comments. I like when people comment on my videos. It sort of proves to me that, or sort of explains to me that somebody's getting something out of it, whether it be positive or negative. At least it's doing its job. And although my long form videos don't get very many views, probably because they're long. You know, you could call them long format because I'm trying not to edit. Now, editing takes a huge amount of time, and this is not my only channel. I've got about 12 or 13 different channels. Some are doing okay, some are doing terrible, some are new. So you don't expect them to do well. I did start a channel recently called Fiberman, and it's literally because I've just been diagnosed with fibromyalgia. I'll tell you, that's a pain in the neck, that is, I'll tell you. Flipping hell. Oh, crikey, they cut my winky off. Don't do that, Marcus. There we go, I don't exactly use it much these days. Right, looking good. See? It does look nice when you start seeing all this. I love that look, I really do. You've got my Fiberman channel. We just kicked off our gardening channel. Really, this will be going on there, really. I've only got 500 subscribers on at the moment, but it's growing. It's growing again since I've started uploading videos again. You'll get there. It's like anything, you just got to keep persevering in it, you know. If you don't put the effort in, you're not going to get anything out of it. But, you know, that's kind of the reason, one of the reasons why I'm not actually editing the videos. I used to edit all my videos. If you look at some of the early videos on this channel, some of them are edited. And do they perform better? Yeah, I'd say they probably do. Right, we're going to be using a diamond sharpener, okay, to do two things. One is I want to flatten the back. You can't flatten the back because it's got a camber in it. That's not straight, okay? Or of course there's a gap underneath the middle. You see that? There's a gap underneath the middle there. It's meant to be there. Yeah, it's a sign that they're actually quite good hedging shears. You know, whereas these got camber, these Wilson sword. No, they're flat. So these things are blooming expensive, but they're completely flat on the back, all right? And these ones, which I think I got for, you know, for pittance off the market, they've actually cambered the back of the blade, which is meant to be. So you've got clearance. So all the work is done on the edge. It just makes perfect sense to me. It really does. Okay, we're going to be using a diamond sharpener, and I'm going to use just a coarse one to start with. Like this one here. It's not that coarse anymore because they're worn, badly worn. We need new ones. It's like anything that you've got to keep spending money. And when you haven't got a huge amount of money to keep spending, you don't really want to, do you? Right, so let's put that in there. In there you go. Right, let's make it a bit easier. It's always easier to have something to hold your thing. Not that thing, this thing. Right, we'll put a bit of water in there. There's got a bit of fairy liquid in it as well. All it is, water, a bit of fairy liquid. And what it does is the fairy liquid changes the surface tension, so you don't end up with like little globules of water over your stone. It just spreads it better. You can use a thin oil if you want. Alcohol even. You can use anything really. Right, so I'm just going to flatten the back just gently. Right, like I say, I'm not trying to get flat because it's not going to work. What will make sure is that there's, I don't know if you can see that. Can you see all those little nicks? Right, I want to remove all those little nicks. Because where the nicks are is where the blades aren't going to actually to meet. And you can see the colour of that. It's brown water, which means that's rust. Doing it. Yeah, definitely doing it. I can see that, and that's improving at no end there. That needs a bit more work at the end there. You're not going to you don't have to try and make it flat from there to there, because you won't, because the actual blade itself, I don't know if you can see it on there, does actually have a bit of a camber that way. So just do it along its length, using the narrow side of your sharpener. It's quite important that this is polished off here, okay? Otherwise, you'll have a gap between the actual blade edges and the edge of the blade. And that's where all the grass or whatever you're going to cut will fall down the middle there and not cut. Oh, we're getting there. We are getting there. Now, when I used to use old hand shears like this, these were the pair that were my first choice. Now, so I bought the Wilson sword ones years ago. I got two pairs of those Wilson sword ones. I don't know why I bought the second pair, because they ain't very good. These are way better. Yeah, they'll be funny. They've been stuck on the shed all that time, and they still cut paper. They can sort of Wilson sword ones. Remember, we're not going to try and make these stupid sharp. It's more about how the two blades come together. Right, so I'm just going to now sharpen the edge, sort of sharpen the edge. It's more about trying to keep it, making sure it's all uniform all the way along. So I'm going to bring that over like so until I find the bevel. And I'm going to stroke the actual stone like so. Now, some people will use a round sharpener on things like this. Don't do it, honestly. That's a really bad idea. Or one of them torpedo sharpeners or something like that. You know, the sort of thing you do on Allen scythe. No, that is flatter. All right, that's not straight, but it's flatter than a scythe, isn't it? So the best thing to do is to use a narrow but flat blade. So use it that way, okay? Not that way, because you could. Well, actually, you could use that because the camera's going that way, so you could use both directions actually, just not on the back. So I'm just going to run over there a few times until I'm satisfied. We don't need to make it stupid sharp. There's no need. You'll get no benefit out of that because it's not how secateurs or shears or scissors. It's not how they work. They work by the marriage between the two blades. Now the two blades go together. Okay, there we go. I hope she'll be happy. All right. I hope she don't use them on my you know what, on my thingy. Yeah, I hope not. Wouldn't be very nice, would it? No, these will be sharp. Right, okay. We're getting there. We're getting there with it. That we are. So it shouldn't take much longer on this one, and then we'll move on to the other blade. And then we'll put the two together and just make sure that they don't feel gritty. So when you're trying to close them up, they don't feel like there's like notches in it. Right, I'm quite happy with that one now. Right, on that grit. So now let's do its marriage. Its opposite. A bit more water. Now remember, whenever you do anything with diamond sharpeners, oil stones, or anything like that, make sure that you regularly, add fresh water, wipe it off, add some more. All right. Otherwise, what happens? All those little metal fragments that you're taking off will end up in the grit, and if it ends up in the grit, you're just clogging it up, aren't you? Hey, that's what you're doing. So I'm just going to of course, a bit gritty. This one is. It's rusty. Not surprising, though, is it? Right, there we go. Check as you go, because you don't want to overdo it. Let's get in there. Can you see it's shining up just along the edge? There's a few dark areas. Got a few little dark areas. We basically always try and move that the best that we can. Like I say, I'm not going to try and make them stupid sharp. Because as soon as you cut a branch or something like that, they'll just take the edge off, As long as it cuts grass or paper, is a good example, it will do its job. Well, they were cutting paper before, to be fair. But we want them cut paper a bit cleaner. Which is a good marriage between the two blades. Okay, so you can see where it makes contact. Doesn't even make contact in the middle because I put this camber in. Now, I reckon that's been done while these have been forged. That camber. I hope she doesn't leave them outside after I've gone to this trouble. Right, okay, I think I'm happy at that. Just a little bit of pit in there. Maybe a little bit on the end there. Remember, you've got to get all the way along its length, because otherwise they're not going to marry up, and they're not going to meet all the way along. See, we're shiny there, but that's hollow there. See, that's all shiny. That's, probably good enough. And that one there is hollow. So a bit more. Remember, whatever you take off the blade, you need to take off this area here. Otherwise, that will be still similar width, and these blades won't meet up, because effectively you've created a bigger gap. So you need to do it all the way along. Good contact with the actual sharpener. You can see there, can't you? See, a shiny there, not there. So there's obvious camber. Now we're going to do the actual edge itself. Finding that bevel. It's not a knife. Okay, these are effectively scissors. They're using a slicing action. So it's all about, like I keep saying, it's all about that marriage between the two blades. What got me is when I used to see people sharpen and quite the guy with a push bike. Well, I was growing up in Fort St Andrew in Norwich, East Norwich, and they used to have the sharpening geezer come over, and he'd sharpen your kitchen knives and stuff like that. And he had a push bike, all right, with a grinding wheel on it, and he put the back wheel up on the stand and carried on pedalling while he's actually then the little grinding wheel would turn. And oh crikey, he used to get quite a good edge, to be fair, on knives, but he was doing shears all wrong. Over grind them basically. Once you start doing that, you wreck them. You're never going to get them back again. Okay, we're getting there. La da 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 da. La da 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 da. There's an opportunity actually to, I'm using the middle of the stone, But it means you can use the middle of the stone more often when you're actually sharpening your plane irons or chisels or what have you. This is an opportunity to use the end, isn't it? Just thought of that. The start will be sharper. The actual diamond stone itself will be sharper. There it goes. Let's get in there. Oh, that's loads better. So, I'm not using a guide, I'm using my fingers as a guide, so I'm pulling against the fingers but also feeling the bevel. Doesn't actually matter if that is not straight on this edge, as long as that's straight along here on the back faces. As long as they marry up, you'll be fine. In fact, you can get shears with like a serrated, sort of like a wavy edge, to be fair as well. So we're getting there, let's see that? You see that edge? We've got an edge coming. Now this one is not in a great shape. This one is a bit, how to put it, blunt. Probably could do it going on the linisher actually. You see, sort of clean up on the linisher. But I'm not about to do that because it'll just, I'm at risk of damaging the edge. I'm not careful. So I'm just going to keep on going. It's all about control as well. If you don't have control, you're likely to slip and cut yourself. You don't want to do that either, do you? No. See, that's coming along. Now I can see there, that's pretty good there. But here is a hollow. Just there. You probably can't see it, but there is. There's a bit of a hollow. You see the two shinier parts, that part there and there, is quite good. But where the shears had the most use, which is going to be in the middle of the shear, it ain't quite so good. So I'm going to carry on with that. A little bit longer. The beauty about these shears is because they're easy to take apart, you can just, you know, whip an edge on it really quickly. Once you've got them in good condition, so they're usable, just regularly sharpen them. No hassle at all. Couple of swipes and you're away again, aren't you? You know, but remember to obviously separate the two blades. Don't try and do them while they're together. It doesn't work. Same as secateurs. You need to take them apart so you can flatten the backs, or make sure you're not taking more off the blade than you are off the actual the mount of the pivot itself, the hinge. I think we're probably about there now. So have a look at this. That way around, like that. Going the wrong way now. Well, I've got a bit of rag. I'm caught up with a bit of rag here. There it is. So that's got to go on there like so. And now effectively, hopefully, if I bring them together, I should be able to feel that all the way along. And I can. A little bit of gritty there. But is it good enough? Yes. This is not a woodworking tool. Oh my God, the wood... Caroline, I'm sharpening them up just in case you get angry with me and chop my thingy off again. You know, last time I had it sewed back on, well then, they had a bit of a job, didn't it? It was a jagged cut. So hopefully it will be a clean cut this time if I misbehave. Nearly done. Okay. Well, see, this is what it's like, you see. Pressure, pressure, pressure. Is it nearly done? Is it done yet? So much. You want to chop the grass around the trees? Oh, okay. We're getting very close. Don't you want it to be... Don't you want them to work well? Huh? Do. Bless her heart. Although she's giving me a hard time this morning. that one's not. That's actually got to clean it. I can feel that. It's grabbing my skin. That's got an actual edge. This one, still a bit rounded over. It still needs work. So come on, let's get there. Control, 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 control. Remember the control. It's not difficult. No wonder I got carpal tunnel syndrome. Although I haven't actually got it now, actually, to be fair. The problems I had more post-surgery than anything else, because I've had the surgery for carpal tunnel syndrome. Now, that was one of the videos, actually, that I put up recently, where it was a reaction video, because I don't know if you know this, you can react to other people's videos and create a little video clip at the end, or you can do green screen during the video if you want. And that's a part of the YouTube app. Well, the thing is, though, this guy was using his palm, and I thought, crikey, don't do that. I know lots of people do, you know, to hit the chisel, to hit the handle of the chisel, to provide that extra bit of force. Never do that. You might be lucky, not have an issue, but carpal tunnel syndrome is extremely common. It really is. A lot of people don't realise that's the reason why they're getting pins and needles. I went, oh, that's looking loads better than that. Why they're getting pins and needles. Yeah, it's coming along. It's getting there. See, the thing is, these have probably been used on something they shouldn't have been used on. That's sharp there. Oh, it's getting better. It's getting better. Yeah, yeah, you get carpal tunnel syndrome. Now, I've had carpal tunnel syndrome surgery, and now I've kind of lost a lot of my dexterity. I can't even say it. Yeah, I've got problems with my hand still, and it's not carpal tunnel syndrome because I've had the test done since about 5 years after I had the operation, and it's come up clean. So it's not that. It's just the fact that I've had, you know, damage there, and I don't get the pins and needles like I used to. Anyone who suffers with carpal tunnel syndrome, when you're asleep, what happens is your nerves, they swell, and your tendons, your tendons swell when they're healing, so they get inflamed, and that puts pressure on your nerves, and that's why you get the pins and needles, or even pain when you're asleep, and you have to dangle your hands out of the bed, literally dangle down side the bed, and it'll go away for a bit. Yeah, it's not great. So don't do what I've done. Learn by my mistakes. You know, don't damage your hands. This area here, that's where the carpal tunnel is, okay? That's why I have ergonomic tools these days, which don't really do anything. But if you keep banging there, you'll cause scar tissue in there and reduce the space of the carpal tunnel. So when those tendons swell up, there's less room for the nerves, because they're all travelling through the same part of the hand, you see. It's really important. Learn by my mistakes, and I've made loads. You know, most people who are my age are, you know, working the tools are just more concerned about earning the pennies than they are about their own health, which is stupid. Yes, I was very stupid. Right, I think I'm happy with those shears now. So what we're going to do is we're going to clean up the bolt. Oh, not that way round. That way round. Get there in the end. I think I'm happy with that. Yeah, that sounds loads better. So what we'll do is we'll clean this bolt up. And could put it in the vise maybe. But yeah, put it in the vise. And then we'll do a little test, shall we? Now, if you put anything with threads in, actually, I'll tell you what we're going to do. Let's go over to the linisher, all right, with a pair of pliers, if I can find a pair around here somewhere. There might even be near the linisher. Oh, there's a pair over there, that's good. We're not going to use a linisher, no, because there's my linisher. Basically a big belt sander. We're going to use the wire wheel, which just happens to be here. There it is. So, some light on the matter. There we go. And some pliers. I'll use some water pump pliers like these ones. Or you could use some long nose pliers, or whatever you want to use. You just want to save your fingers, basically. So I'm going to pump that in there like that. And let's clean it up. Nearly there. Yeah, that's good enough. That's good enough. Alright, let's polish the old brass up. You've got to do your brass, you know. My mum used to do brass. Just love her brass. You can think I'm crazy, but I'm actually 8th Indian. My mum was half Indian? No, quarter Indian. She came over on a boat back in the late 50s, early 60s from India. but my grandfather was Welsh Irish. My dad is Broad Norfolk, or was. Passed away now, but brilliant craftsman he was, I'll tell you. Anyway, nearly there. You could just clean it up and put in a bit of white vinegar or even Coca-Cola or something like that, and that'll clean that up anyway. We've got a couple of washers here which are in a bit of a state, so I will clean them up as well. So even just doing this with these pliers, my hands are aching like crazy. Now I've got a motorbike, and I used to take it on long distances, you know, around Italy and places like that. I don't think I'd manage it now. Ah, we're there, that'll do. Right, so I cleaned the two serrated washers, which are there just to stop the wing nut working its way loose. It actually fits into that hole there as well. So it's pretty cool. Did it go that way or would it go that way? I don't know. We'll see. Right, so far so good. Yeah, I've got a GXX 1400. I know there's a bit of digression here. There you go. Took that thing everything. Well, I'll tell you, it's a beast. It's an absolute beast. Oh, back here we go. So what we'll do is we'll put these back together, and then we'll test them, shall we? All right. We'll need a bit of oil as we go, or even grease. Problem with grease is obviously I'll just well, actually, do you know what I'm going to do first? No, I'll do it once it's got together. Should we blacken the handles as well? What's in part? Yeah, let's do some blackening. Yeah, you can think I'm crazy. I'm actually going to burn the handles. All right, we're going to burn them with a blowtorch. Hey, that's fun, isn't it? Hey. Wow. Oh, ouch. Oh, here we go. I've got a little blowtorch. So what we're going to do is going to burn the handles, make them black, and we'll make them look like that. Okay. Now, why do you do it? Well, it looks cool, but also it's fun to do. Oh, that's a pointless little thing that that goes on the end. Clean that up. It just fell off. So we're going to blacken these, and then we will oil them. I don't know what wood that is, but I don't think it's particularly good timber. There you go. It's going. It's doing it. I don't know how far I'll take them. That'll also kill any bugs and bacteria, fungus that might be in the handles they've been laying about. Sterilise the handles. Do some more light on that, can't we? Da, 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 da. A little bit more light, not brilliant. Oh, gas is getting a bit low. I don't look too crazy because you can actually scorch at such a point where you just damage the wood. Because you are heating up, obviously, and it's going to shrink even more. So we've got to reapply the moisture. And I'll do that with linseed oil in some ways, but then I might actually leave them in a barrel of water, let the water soak in properly, and let them swell up. And then obviously I'm going to dry them out and make sure I haven't caused rust, more rust. Right, that's one. Oh, and I finished that side there. Let's do a bit more on there. Okay, that one. We're getting there, darling. We're getting there. What, you in a hurry? Need to wire brush those up really, don't I? Yeah, but I'm going to go as quick as I can go. We're nearly there. They're all sharpened up. I'm just sorting the handles out. My crop circle? What crop circle? What crop circle? What? Wheel? Oh, the willow in a crop circle. In a crop circle. An arbour. In our rewilding field. Oh, one of the. We're doing 2 fields, so we're planting about 1,000 trees is what we're trying to do. There'll probably end up being more looking at it though. Yeah, there we go. It's coming along nicely. Like I say, I'm not editing this video, so it's real time from start to finish. I think there's some bonuses to that. You can always skip through to the bits that interest you, I suppose. I've got another friend, Sebastian, come and see us, has he? Sebastian's my dog. 1 of 3. Right, there we go, nearly there. There you are. I'm not going too far with this. I might even make new handles for these later. Because these are actually, Caroline, these old ones there that I bought off the market, they're really nice quality, I didn't realise. All cambered on the back of the blades. Yeah, I'm not making handles today. You might not need to. See how well, yeah, they might be alright. I'm just blowtorching them. I'm blackening the handles, darling. Kill all the bugs that are in them. Well, there'll be fungus. That'll do. I think that'll do. Right, just going to wire brush the end of that. Let me put it back together. It's like I sanded it. Oh shit, you can't see, can you? The other one, well, they're actually, the plastic ones are Wilkinson swords. They're actually quite expensive, but they aren't as good as these. I remember using those other ones, the plastic handle ones, and they used to flex as you're trying to cut hedges with them, which was really annoying. I wasn't very positive. I suppose it's good if you've got carpal tunnel syndrome, mind. Right, there we go. She's sitting there, patient she is, waiting she is, waiting. So let's put these back together. All right. Well, they do what, Caroline? They still cut before. Surprisingly, they were actually cutting still. You sure? Oh, I see. Because they were. I managed to cut paper with them, which was quite surprising. So it's got to go in there, and that goes on to this blade, I believe, because the one with the square in, like that. Oh, actually, no, that one goes. That's the wrong way around. That. Okay, so I've got to put this one. Crikey. Needs to go into. Oh, hang on. No. It's that way round. I can see it now. I am. 2 washers here. Oh, I know what goes on now. That goes into there like so. Right. And then that one goes onto there like so. Right. So it's going into the blade like so. Now that makes sense, I think. Or does it? That makes no sense at all, because now we've got these 2 hairs supposed to go on there like that, and that's supposed to go on there like that, face to face, back to back kind of thing. And that kind of supposed to lock it there, but it's not on the threaded portion. It's not actually on the threaded portion. That makes no sense. I'm confused now. I should have made a note, shouldn't I, before I took them apart? What do you reckon? I just wondered why it's got a screw in it, and there's no. I'll take them apart and we'll be able to put them back together again. Yeah, I know. She's like that, you know. No, I think that is right. I think it was like that. But I don't understand why. So that serrated bit there, supposed to. Oh, I see the square that goes into that square. Now I get it. That sounds right. Oh, they're lovely warm handles. Ooh, very nice. All right, I want a bit of paper. Let's definitely feel better. I don't know if you can hear that, but they don't sound gritty now. They sound like they're actually marrying up all the way along. Got to have a good marriage, ain't you, darling? So lucky you are. All right, let's see. Okay, I'll say I'm not editing the video. Will it cut the paper? Oh, sort of, not quite. Oh, yes, it does. Yes, it does. Oh, that's good. It needs a bit more work at the tip there, on the tip. But there you go, you're not going to use a tip like that much, are you? Are you going to use a tip? You don't care, do you? You just want music to give them to you, don't you? Let's try that. Right, let's try a tip now. The tip definitely needs some TLC on the tip. The rest of it's cutting really fine. What part of the tip? I think it's this one here. I can see it on there. Can you see? I haven't gone all the way along. And you need marriage all the way along. Now, as they come together, if they're the right tension in the middle, to bring them together, you should have a gap, right, between the two blades. So if I pass this piece of paper through, see? Let's grab the paper, shall we? See if we can pass it through between the blades. In the middle, but not the end. So if you pass that through there, just push it through, see? You should be able to do that. And that's the blades they're making contact there. And the point is, when you're actually making the cut, they'll be making contact all the way along until they get to the end there. Yeah. So when at this point here, you should have contact. And feel it. See it. There's no gap there now. At that point, no gap there. No. But when you come to the end, you then get that gap in between because they're pushing themselves apart. So they're definitely better, darling. They're loads better. The tips need work though. But I don't know if I'd wreck the rest of them by doing the tips. But you know what I mean, that's the top, that area there, about 2 inches in from the tip needs some work. They do work their way loose. Unfortunately, I don't know why that is. Have I got this the wrong way around? I should look at the beginning of the video. I suppose I could do it in a minute, can't I? And have a look. I'm not sure if I got this little washer arrangement correct here, because they're working their way loose. Oh, they were before, are they? Oh, okay. Right, let's put a bit of oil on these handles. A bit of linseed oil. Got a little bit here. Hopefully there's enough there. A bit of this. And I'm going to use. Where's it gone? There it is. One of these. Use that as a way of taking off any nasties. Where's my linseed oil? I need more linseed oil. Is it there? No. Can you see the linseed oil, darling? Is it? What have I done with my linseed oil? Oh dear, got a little tiny little bit in there, but it's not enough. It says boiled linseed oil. There's a green plastic bottle. And it says boiled. I wrote boiled linseed oil because I actually boiled it myself. It's green one, darling. You're looking at all the pink ones. Acid! These things are sent to try you, aren't they? Not there. Well, it must be somewhere because I was using that. Use some cooking oil. People in France do that. They use cooking oil as well. I think I'd rather use linseed oil personally. The cooking oil goes sticky. Yeah, but we need it, darling. Obviously, you can't have them. I don't know where you put it. Well, you need to find it then, don't you? Huh? I can see it. I can see it. It's over there. Where? Right there. Right in front of you. Green bottle. She's got it. Oh, exciting times. You've got to have your linseed oil that you have. Don't put it all the way over there. Oh, I come out of frame then. You see, people couldn't see my belly. No. He probably wants food. He's after treats. Oh, look, there he is.
He's after your food.
Oh, yes. Eh? Nom, 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 nom.
He's after your brioche.
Oh, he wants my... I got brioche. She bought me a brioche. That's really healthy.
Too big a bit, really.
Probably, knowing you. Probably. Right, so we'll just move that up there. Okay, just dip it into the pot and bring it in. Now, it doesn't matter if you get it on your hands. It's just linseed oil. It doesn't hurt you. It's made out of oh, crikey, linseed. But no stating the obvious. Right, I'm going to just tap those ferrules a bit tighter as well. I need to knock that little bit of metal back on where that went. I had it a minute ago. There's like a little metal cap thing there somewhere. Oh, there it is. That there needs to be knocked back in as well. Make sure you're getting... Because I've got all these little cracks there, I want to make sure I get into all these little shrinkage cracks. Now the handles seem to be reasonably secure, so until they fall off, I'm not worried Are you worried, Caroline? You just want, I just want to get on, I just want to use it. No, you're taking too long. That's what she's saying. Just tapping the ferrules down. That's that one. What's on there? Now we need to tap this little bit of metal that probably does nothing whatsoever back into there. What's that all about? I do not know. See, traditionally, if you look at a really old set, the actual tang would go all the way through the handle and then it'd be panned on the end. That's how it should be. But obviously, when I bought these were cheap. You know, proper tools are expensive. Don't know what that's going to do. I'll spin that round a bit. You spin me right round, baby, right round. Right, here we go. Let's put it into it, make a little fresh hole for it. Instead of you trying to use the old holes in the top where these little tangs went into. Right, tap that in, hopefully it'll hold. It is, let's go in now. Yeah, that's done it, that's in. Right, so far, so good. Now Caroline, oh, she's gone. She's run away. She said she wanted them now and she's gone. Anyway, we managed to sharpen them up, make them into a useful pair of shears. Should we try them outside? That's what we're going to do. We're going to go outside. I know it's a long video and that, but so what? You know? So, blooming what? If you don't like it, tough titty. At least it's honest. Yeah. You know, if I don't cut grass, you know I cocked up, don't you? Yeah. Anyway, if you're wondering, that is one of the fields that we're planting trees on over there. We're doing 550 so far. And yeah, there's a GoFundMe link down below if you want your own tree. And why Karen wanted is to be able these sharpened up. She thought it might be a little bit easier just to go around with some hand shears and cut the grass away from the bottom of the tree. So we've had a hell of a trouble here cutting the grass. So I use that machine there, which is not a topper. No, it's a finishing mower. And although it can cut up to like 8 inches height in grass, unfortunately that was like 3 foot. You can see the height of the grass if you look around some of the trees at the top there. And it was an absolute nightmare. It's just been rain, 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 rain. Nothing's ever drying out. So let's find a tuft of grass. Oh, some grass. I've seen some grass. That hasn't been cut properly. That'll do. Oh, some grass around this tree over here. Let's just demonstration purposes. There we go. Oh, I'm getting old. There's some grass. Not that kind of grass if you're getting excited. Anyway, do they work? Oh, yes, they're working. Oh, she will be so pleased. Oh, crikey. Oh, it's going to be a good night tonight. That it is. See, they work. They're fine now. They'll do. I'll tell you what I will do, though. I will do something with the tips of these. I will improve that when she's finished doing what she wants to do. That one's right. Yeah, it's just this one. Just that one. It's not marrying up properly, yeah. So it needs extra work. And also need to find a way of actually making it so this doesn't keep working its way loose as well. Because that's quite annoying. Yeah. No one else, she'll carry on and she'll lose the bolt. Anyway. I think that's good enough. Anyway, if you want to be a part of our rewilding project here in France, like I say, there's a GoFundMe link down below. We'll plant a tree on your behalf and also make a sign to go with the trees. Yeah, with your name on or maybe in memory of a loved one. I'll be done with the router, such as these ones that are waiting to go in, you know, or it could be done with a laser. Try to find a laser. Oh, we got the laser ones in a minute. Anyway, it's time for me to go. So I can say toodaloo now, but please click the like button, maybe subscribe to the channel, and the little bell icon so then you get a warm fuzzy feeling in your pocket every time I upload another video. Toodaloo.